Hello and welcome to the European Commission Midday Briefing. My name is Margaritis Funkyboogaloo-Smythe. A few notes and clarifications before we crack on with the fun. The Commission wishes to congratulate Nemo of Switzerland on winning Eurovision. And to clear up the annual confusion, the Song Contest is not directly funded by the EU, nor is it an EU institution. Just the same as the Council of Europe and the European Economic and Social Committee. Anyway, speaking of an assortment of oddballs and weirdos desperate for their 15 minutes of fame before plunging back into obscurity and irrelevance, it's almost time for the European Parliament election. It really has been a remarkable election campaign, with the brightest and best minds in Europe not taking part. Of course, Mrs. von der Leyen is fully devoted to the election and the Spitzenkandidat system. She has spent upwards of 11 million euros... Sorry? Oh, I do apologise. She has spent upwards of 11 minutes on the campaign trail. The rest of the time has been devoted to the thing she does best, avoiding the unwashed public and hiding on the 13th floor of the Berlin Wall. But Mrs. von der Leyen would like to make one thing very clear. She does not, I repeat, does not have any intention of working with the far right after the election, purely in order to get approved for a second term by the European Parliament. Now, I realise that we all have different definitions of what constitutes far right. So here's a helpful list of people that the Commission President does not constitute far right. Giorgia Meloni, Marine Le Pen, Darth Vader, and Lord Voldemort. But there are red lions for Mrs. von der Leyen and people she refuses to work with under any circumstances. They are Viktor Orban, Thierry Breton, and Manfred Weber. Now, the Commission would like to thank British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak for giving a masterclass in how to hold an electoral campaign. Mr. Sunak, you may recall, announced he was holding an election while standing in the pouring rain, before visiting the place where they built the Titanic, and also being photographed next to an exit sign on an aeroplane. However, the Commission can neither confirm nor deny rumours that Mr. Sunak's campaign manager is actually Nicola Schmidt. Time for questions, yes. Yes, that's right. Mrs. von der Leyen is aware that her great friend and political mentor, Angela Merkel, is releasing a book called Freedom, Memories 1954 to 2001. It will, according to the publisher, be 700 pages long, so it should take about the same amount of time to read as it would to listen to the average speech by Guy Verhofstadt. I can confirm that Mrs. von der Leyen is working on her own book, which has the working title, McKinsey and Me, How I Saved Europe from COVID-19. Although parts of the book that involve discussions with the CEO of Pfizer will have to be redacted. One more question, yes. Yes, I can confirm that the Commission did recently host a trial scheme allowing members of staff to bring pets into the Berlaymont and other buildings. As some of you may know, in the past, animals have not been allowed by the Commission, with the exception of Valdis Dombrovskis' emotional support hamster, Hammy, and the pink elephants that were reported by Mr. Juncker after a particularly heavy night at the G7. One of the problems with this policy, should it come fully into effect, is where would these animals be able to go to the toilet? The Commission's proposed solution for the best place to let dogs take a doo-doo is either outside the headquarters of the council or inside the headquarters of the council. On a related note, the Commission does not normally comment on American politics, but Mrs. von der Leyen is aware of Kristi Noem, who is a potential future vice president if Donald Trump wins the November election. As some of you may have heard, Mrs. Noem confessed that she shot dead her own dog because it was misbehaving. Now, the Commission does not in any way condone cruelty towards animals, unless the dog in question looks even remotely like that wolf that killed Mrs. von der Leyen's pet pony, Dolly. May she rest in peace. In which case, shoot away. And that's all from me. Good day.